that they cannot trust this government to keep promises. When it comes to secondary education or post-secondary education, Albertans are promised a stable and predictable 2% increase in funding, a minimal requirement to address, among other things, the growing thousands of qualified students being turned away from our overcrowded institutions every year. To the Minister of Advanced Education, will you acknowledge that breaking the promise on funding to universities will hurt Alberta students, their families, and our economic future?
Honourable Minister.
Speaker, for that question, and I can say that our minister is taking very seriously advanced education and the funding for all our post-secondary education institutions in this province, and we will put a system in place to make sure all of our students have a first-class education.
Honourable member.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given that this government also promised to help Aboriginal and rural students access post-secondary education with a new bursary program, and given that the failure to keep that promise will mean more struggles for Aboriginal and rural students, will the Minister of Advanced Education and the Deputy Premier tell Albertans if the new bursary program is on, or if these students should start looking for a second, third or fourth summer job to pay for another broken Tory promise?
Honourable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the budget will come forward tomorrow, and I ask the opposition to sit tight and hear what the minister has to say when the budget is released.
Honourable member.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given that the President of the U of A recently raised the spectre of tuition increases in her State of the University address, and given that this government's broken promise on funding will see students and their parents digging deeper and deeper into their own pockets, will the Minister of Advanced Education admit that Alberta's students and their families will be the ones paying for your broken promises on post-secondary funding?
Honourable Minister.
Again, Mr. Speaker, the budget comes out tomorrow, and I ask the opposition to listen closely to that, and they'll get the answers they've asked. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.